So I already uploaded this video 2 years ago, but I thought it'd be a great time to bring it back because the Moira patch has given a lot more people to play Moira, which kind of sucks, but you know, if they're gonna do it, they might as well do it right. So here's a re-upload on this channel now, just so it fits better with the content, and of course, goddamn bro, I look so goddamn good in this video. Holy shit, I need to go back to the gym. Oh my fucking god. Just a real quick rundown of all the things you need to know for Moira. Alright, starting out with healing, we have the suck. Here we are right here. So it's really important to have your secondary fire also set to your scroll wheel. Not only set to your scroll wheel, but also to your right click. I prefer it down, but you can also change it to scroll wheel up. Doesn't really matter. And what it does is it regens your healing way faster. So look how fast this heals compared to this. Alright, one significantly slower, but the real trade-off between this is one gets you way more healing resources and one does way more damage. Like this guy, we didn't even do 50 damage on him, right? But this guy, we almost killed him, and that's the exact same amount of healing regen. Or actually, this one was even a little bit less. So when using the scroll, right, to get the maximum amount of healing possible, you want to be sneaking it in between your sucks, right? So whenever I play Moira, I kind of have like crackhead energy where I'm focusing on as many different things as I possibly can at once. Alright, and this is not a perfect example because you don't want to be like swinging your screen like this, but generally like one heal, suck, healing, suck, healing, back and forth like that will get you pretty much the maximum amount that you can. Now the mechanics for Moira is for her healing, right, is actually a little bit more complicated than people make it out to be. So first off, the healing range is surprisingly long, right? This is 10 meters right here, but actually healing fall off ends at 15. So from all the way back here, I can reach and heal my allies, which is way further than most people think. But really, the trade-off for the distance is actually that Moira's healing is a projectile, similar to like Genji's or something, where you have to aim your crosshair in front of your target to hit them. Same thing with Moira. Once you hit a certain range, or you know, it's always a projectile, but at a certain range you have to start leading your shots to making sure you're hitting your healing. And something a lot of other people don't know about her healing is it's healing over time. So if I were to kill a bot right here, right? So look at this man's health. If I just tap heal him like this, he'll actually continue to get healed afterwards. So it's a little bit more than 50. I always just like to sum it up as 2 bars. So if you look at over everyone's head, including your allies, you can see how many bars of health they have, each bar representing 25. The lingering effect lasts for a little bit more, about like 2.5 bars. So what you can do is when you're low on resources, or you just need to like heal a squishy really quick, instead of holding down until they're fully healed, what you can do is just like quick spritz them and then back to like whatever needed more attention, right? So this guy needs to die, but this guy needs healing. Spritz, then kill, right? And he still gets like 60 or 70 healing, something along those lines. Remember that Moira healing like cleaves through your teammates, so you can line people up like this and hit multiple. That's an important thing to know about getting, you know, the maximum amount of healing possible. Okay, moving on away from her healing to her orbs, right? Let's talk about when to use which orb. Damage orb should be used for like 3 major things. One is for poking, like say you don't have your charge and it's the beginning of a fight, so you throw it and you just hang out, you get some ultimate charge, whatever, you know, nothing's really happening in the fight yet. Once the fight starts, you don't want to be throwing damage orbs. Damage orbs are pretty much, they pale in comparison to healing orbs. And the reason is, damage orbs only do 200 damage, while healing heals for 300, right? So when you maximize both orbs, you will always be getting more out of your healing than you will be getting out of your damage. Damage orbs is when the fight's over, right? and you're in the cleanup phase, where there's only like 1 or 2 enemies and your teammates are chasing them down. You don't really need to heal up your teammates for this part. You can just throw damage orb and help finish these kills. Oh, there's one more for damage. It's for using coalescence with, but I'll get to that in a moment. Now, talking about healing orbs. Healing orbs is good for maximum healing, right? So both these bots were low, and then like a second and a half later, I can get them all the way back to full, because this does like I think 60 or 65 healing per second with the orb, right? It's the most healing in the game apart from Zenyatta, and I think actually a couple of interactions with amplification matrix, but you know. Every 10 seconds you can have like, you know, maximum amount of healing. It's pretty powerful. It's actually really powerful. Another thing you can use it for is you take a little bit of damage, right? You're taking a little bit of heat, you gotta back off, and you can throw a healing orb for yourself, right? Generally you want to aim it so you can both your teammates and you can benefit from a healing orb, but sometimes you gotta be greedy and just use it for yourself. So no shame, no shame. Oh, and if you're out of regen, right? You're out of this stuff. You can throw orb and get your suck on. Use the scroll wheel and get regen some of your healing that you have lost. But hopefully, if you're trading off between damage and healing correctly, you'll never really have to do that. Never really come down to that. 2 major things you want to be paying attention to for your ultimate. One is your animation cancel with orb. You throw a damage orb and then coalescence. So altogether, it should look like this. Alright, and you see that the animation for the orb got cancelled. But if you also notice, when I was coalescing, I was always aiming at 2 targets. I was always aiming at my teammate and 1 target for damage. Right? So what you want to be doing with coalescence is hitting as many targets as possible. And just like Anna, with coalescence, you can hit both your teammates and your enemies. You can heal and damage at the same time, right? And I know that's kind of like a meme saying how interactive Moira's ult is, because like, you know, her job is literally to heal, damage, and then her ultimate is to do both. But it's extremely powerful if you can maximize the value. So my goal is whatever target I'm aiming at, right? Whatever enemy I'm aiming at, I'm also trying to heal someone at the same time. So if I'm aiming at the right target, I want to be pivoting around the target I'm healing, right? So if I'm aiming here, I'm aiming like this, so I can hit both at the same time. And then if I shift over to that guy, instead of just going like this and only attacking instead of healing, I will rotate my body so I can hit both at the same time, like this. So altogether, it should look a little bit like this. Oh, I messed up the animation cancel. Oh, and of course, if you want to maximize that value, you stay behind your teammates when you coalescence. If you find yourself in a situation where you have your teammates on one side and the enemies on the other, then you have to pick and choose which way you want to use coalescence. If you're behind them, then you can hit both at the same time. Pretty simple. So one more time, it would look like this. Alright, I'm always healing while damaging. I'm never only doing one. The more people I can hit, the better. So if I can find a way where I can line up both of these guys and an enemy, I'll try to do that. If I can hit multiple enemies and my teammates, I want to be doing that. Okay?
About you and how you've been treating me, and I thought, why do I love you?
The house creaks as the sun hits my blind eyes. I can feel the cold outside, so tell me what you see.